In the heart of turmoil, the Stoics teach us that every moment of suffering can act as a forge, reshaping our minds and sharpening our resolve. They remind us that, through confrontation with our darkest fears, we can unearth our greatest strengths. Consider the stories of those who faced insurmountable odds, the survivors of war, those who overcame deep personal loss, and people who emerged from life-threatening situations. Each narrative reveals a common thread, resilience born not from escaping fear, but from embracing it. As we reflect on these experiences, we must ask ourselves, how can we prepare for encounters with our fears? The Stoics provide not only insights but practical tools to navigate through the chaos. By practicing these methods, we fortify our minds and spirits against the inevitable horrors of life. One such tool is the concept of visualizing negative outcomes. Rather than shy away from our fears, the Stoics advocated for mentally rehearsing worst-case scenarios. This premeditatio malorum allows us to confront the anxiety surrounding these possibilities directly, lessening their power over us. Imagine facing a daunting challenge like speaking in public. Instead of avoiding the thought of failure, envisioning every potential mishap prepares you mentally, fostering confidence when the moment arrives. Ultimately, this practice transforms fear into strategy, turning anxiety into empowerment. The effectiveness of the Stoic tools comes from their ability to create a mental space where we can recognize fear for what it is, a transient feeling, and not an immutable reality. When you see fear clearly and approach it with reason, you find the courage to face it head-on. In this paradigm, fear becomes a teacher rather than an enemy, guiding us toward our most authentic selves, reminding us that, amid the chaos, the choice of how we react remains firmly within our grasp. As we cultivate this practice, we move away from passive suffering towards proactive engagement, learning that each confrontation with fear ultimately serves to bolster our resilience and sense of agency. Another Stoic tool that empowers us in these moments is the dichotomy of control. This principle encourages us to distinguish between what we can change and what we cannot. By focusing solely on our responses, the manageable elements we can influence, we reclaim our sense of agency amidst dread. For instance, consider the fear of the unknown future. Instead of becoming paralyzed by worry, we can ask ourselves, what actions are within my control? Is it my preparation? Is it how I adapt to changes? This practice reorients our mindset, allowing us to navigate uncertainty with clarity. By actively engaging with the aspects of a situation we can govern, we cultivate a steadfast presence, minimizing the anxiety that emerges from feelings of helplessness. The Stoics understood that empowerment lies in acknowledging our limits, while also harnessing our will to act. In this way, fear transforms from a paralyzing force to a catalyst for deliberate action, urging us to step boldly into the fray, rather than retreat into inaction. Remember, the lesson is not to eliminate fear entirely. Rather, it is to learn to coexist with it, using it as a compass guiding our decisions, choices, and responses. When fear approaches, rather than allowing it to dictate our path, we must recognize that we possess an incredible strength, the Stoic resolve to maintain our focus, grounded in virtue. The journey through fear may be daunting, but by practicing these tools, we forge a mindset that not only withstands the trials, but emerges fortified, empowered to meet challenges head-on. As we embrace this journey together, we find strength in the very act of facing discomfort, reminding ourselves that through every struggle, we grow. The final tool that the Stoics offer us is the ever-present reminder of virtue as our compass. In the depths of despair, it's our moral character that guides us through darkened paths. When confronted with fear, we must ask ourselves, which virtues can we highlight in this moment? Can we practice courage in the face of adversity? Can we exhibit wisdom in a chaotic situation? This internal dialogue not only keeps us anchored but also serves as a beacon of light, illuminating our way through uncertainty. For example, during crises, choosing to remain calm can provide solace to others, demonstrating leadership in the midst of turmoil. Acting with integrity, even when tempted to succumb to panic, reinforces our strength and cultivates positive influences around us. In this manner, virtue becomes both a shield and a sword, allowing us to confront horror and chaos, fostering resilience not merely for ourselves but within our communities. As we navigate the relentless tide of challenges, Let us remember that virtue equips us to rise above the noise, empowering us to traverse the landscape of fear with grace and strength. Your voice. In the end, by grounding ourselves in Stoic principles, we can transform the horror that surrounds us into a foundation of unshakable resolve, harnessing the formidable power of our noble virtues. Your voice. In confronting the abyss of our fears, we discover the profound truth that it is within our capacity to reshape our relationship with fear itself. By embracing the teachings of Stoicism, we cultivate resilience, understanding that the horrors we face are mere reflections of our internal struggles. Your voice. The path forward is illuminated not only by our confrontations, but by the choices we make in the face of darkness. As we rise from each trial, we embody the spirit of Stoicism, unwavering, resolute, and ever determined to turn adversity into an opportunity for growth. Let us carry these lessons with us, honoring the timeless wisdom that empowers us to stand firm when chaos threatens to engulf us. As we continue our journey, we become torchbearers of strength and virtue, illuminating the path for ourselves and others. As we reflect on the teachings of Stoicism in our lives, let us remember that the true essence of strength lies not in the absence of fear, but in our choice to confront it with unwavering resolve. Embrace each challenge as a chance to refine your character, transforming despair into determination. The steps we take today, guided by virtue and the Stoic mindset, empower us to face the uncertainties of tomorrow with clarity and courage. Together, we can navigate the landscape of chaos and emerge not as victims, but as resilient warriors, ready to face whatever comes our way. As we march forward in the pursuit of strength, let us remind ourselves that every encounter with fear is an invitation to growth. Our journey isn't defined by the trials we face, but by how we rise to meet them with unyielding courage and steadfast virtue. In embracing the teachings of Stoicism and our own resilience, we stand prepared to face the horrors of life unbroken, transforming fear into a powerful ally in our quest for strength and virtue. Together, we forge an unshakable path, lighting the way through darkness. What's a type of horror, whether existential or immediate, that you find yourself struggling with? How might applying one of these Stoic tools change your perspective? Share your thoughts below. If you're ready to master your mind and confront the true terrors of life with courage, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the Stoic Forge, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into Stoic wisdom.